I saw that there's as much life in this body as there is in a piece of wood. It's carbohydrates, the same chemicals as a piece of wood. That the only life in this body is me. I put the life in the body. I saw that the body is my consciousness, and my consciousness puts the life in the body. When you see that you make the body, you can change it. You can mentally change it. Now, the body we have right now is the education body-wise that we have accumulated up to date. This is my concept of a body. That's your concept of your body. It's deeply subconscious right now. This is why it's difficult. This picture of the perfect body must be more powerful than the sum total of all the pictures in the past of an imperfect body. Right now, you have to get that picture of a perfect body with a thought that's stronger than the sum total of all the thoughts of imperfect body of the past. When you're able to do that, your body will immediately change to this new thought of perfect body, which is more powerful than all the past thoughts. Does that make sense? This is the mechanics of it. All right, now what's a powerful thought? A powerful thought is a concentrated thought. The more concentrated, the more powerful the thought. A concentrated thought is a thought without other extraneous thoughts present at the time. The very best way to get a most powerful thought is to let go of yourself, your little self. Let go of your feeling, I am Bob, I have this, I have that. And say, yes, there is only perfection, including this body. If you can let go of the world, so I say your thinking mind is your biggest obstacle. Your mind is going on faster than the speed of light all the time, whether you're aware of it or not. If you're not conscious of it, it's going on subconsciously. You've trained yourself to think. And you've got it spinning with all these thoughts. You've put a lot of importance upon this thinking in the past. The importance of it is also subconscious. So it's not easy to let go of the importance of thinking. And these are obstacles to your letting go of thinking, which if you could let go of thinking, and just one easy thought with no other thoughts around, I am perfect, instantly you'd be perfect. I'm talking about the body. So it'll take a continuous trying until you achieve it. And someday, through a almost effortless thought is the way it feels, because your mind is so quiet at the time, it'll happen. And you might not even be aware of it when it happens. You might become aware of it later on. I was just reminded of the case I heard of a man who was in a wheelchair for so many years, I forget how many. House caught on fire. He packed 2 bags and ran out and sat down on them. It was after he sat down on the bags he had realized what he had done. He had forgotten that he couldn't walk. See, when it does happen, you're accepting the positive so much, that negative thing is forgotten for the time being. So to sum it up, the thing that will affect a perfect body is a very strong conviction. I am a perfect body, or a concentrated thought, which is saying it in another way, which is a thought undisturbed by other thoughts at the moment. That your mind is clear of other thoughts at the moment. And the feeling is a feeling of let go. You just let go and let the perfection be about the body. Now the best way to see this, I believe, is through the night dream. This is like a dream, just like a night dream. While you're in the night dream, you are there are other characters, there's a world there, and things are going on. And while you're in it, it's real, right? While you're dreaming it. It's only when you awaken from the dream that you say, it never was. That's what happens to this dream. When you awaken from it, you'll see that it never was. That there never was anything but perfection all the time. So it's a process of awakening from this dream. To see this, you're going to have to go through it. I couldn't give it to you, see. But if you'll continue, you'll reach a point where you'll see that, my gosh, it's just a dream, and then you'll see that it's a dream that never was, that there had always been perfection. But again, you can't comprehend that until you experience it. You might get it momentarily. Many people do. You get a momentary picture of the whole thing as being a dream. That there never was anything but perfection. And then the next moment, you trick yourself into the delusion again of thinking that it is real. You see, there's really only one thing I want to do in the world, is to have everyone know what I know. At the same time, it's not for me to push this on anyone, but if they really want it, I really want them to have it. So the two get together. So I don't see it as boldness. I see it as doing the right thing. When you see the perfection, there's nothing to do. And I really feel that I am not a teacher. I am never teaching. I still can't get used to the concept of being called a teacher. Now, Francis has got me to accept it more now than ever before. I can do it more readily, say, oh yeah, I'm teaching. But in my consciousness, I'm not teaching. How can I teach a perfected being who is omniscient? In this top state, you perceive this world as nothing but your very own self, with a capital S. There is nothing but the self. Or, there's nothing but God. God is all. Everything you see is God. And you are it. That's the way you see the world. Others look at it and say, it's just the opposite. You look at it, it's perfect, it's God. It's me. It's I. So there's no contradiction when you're in a top state. And you, to the eyes of others, float through life the way they do. But in your perception, it's not the way they see it. And the very top state is being in that top state and in the world at the same time. Oh, someday you'll laugh at all this tremendous effort to be exactly what you are and have always been. It's such a joke to go through a tremendous struggle only to be what you are, always have been, always will be, creating all these devious means of assuming you don't have infinite joy, even giving up all joy, and then going through a tremendous effort of trying to establish infinite joy again. But it's a joke. Now, in truth, there is no such thing as time. Time is a variable. Truth is that which never changes. Perfection is always perfect. It doesn't change. Anything that changes is imperfect, is unreal. Time is nothing but a mental concept. You have a dream at night, and you cover maybe 80 years. Now, while you're in that dream, it was an 80-year period. How much time was it to you after you awakened? That 80 years becomes maybe minutes. I'm just trying to bring out how time is nothing but a mental concept. In the dream it was 80 years. You awaken and say, gee, it was just minutes. You awaken out of this dream, you'll see it was no time. It was always there. Everything that was or will be is here now. Time is like taking a movie reel and looking at one frame at a time and saying the frame before it is yesterday and the frame after it is tomorrow. It's all there. You can look at it all now. But in time we choose to look at one frame and then say the one on this side is the past and the one on that side is the future. If you'd look at the whole reel, you could see your entire life from beginning to end. But mentally, you choose to do it the way you're doing. Time is only a mental concept. But in order to accept this, you've got to see it yourself. You've got to perceive it. You've got to realize it. Thinking on it deeply, you'll get the realization someday, wow, it's just a mental concept. Eternality is now. It's an ever-present now. There's no past, no future. It's all here now. There's only a now.